Action.
Hello, welcome to the No Name Podcast, episode 66. My name is Ricky. I am your co-host for the week, and along with the only Manny Canales down bottom.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
This is another episode where he will not show his face, technically.
No,
Uh,
no, no.
and all that
Face
stuff.
reveal? Question mark? No, I'm
And all that
just
stuff.
kidding.
But that's just how it is. Um,
Yep, this is
Catch us here. You can catch us the podcast here every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and many audio podcast services around the globe. We are literally recording this right after watching the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer right now. So that video should already be up on YouTube if it hasn't already, and all that stuff. And so you can go check that out and all that stuff if you want to go check that out. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it for what we have. Manny, how's it been?
It's been good. I've seen probably the best movie of the year
This fool got so excited.
recently.
This fool got so excited when I asked him that question. Oh my gosh.
It's been good.
He's been anticipating to say this before we started recording. So I'm trying to keep my hype levels to a minimum because I don't want to be disappointed. But go ahead.
So this movie came on the 20th. Tyler Perry's in it. Dax Shepard's in it, and Kim Kardashian West is in it.
I literally don't know what this
Uh,
movie is then.
it's a little movie. That was probably highly underrated. However, I'm predicting will be the best movie this year. This is Paw Patrol the movie. This movie was good. This was an awesome movie.
Of course,
I love
exactly.
this movie.
Leave it to Manny. Leave it to Manny.
This was an awesome movie. Mainly because I already like the regular Paw Patrol show. Uh, in general, but the movie was awesome. It was not a disappointment. Uh, I highly recommend you go watch this or watch it on Paramount Plus. I think it's on Paramount Plus actually.
It's most likely
Let
Paramount
me.
Plus.
I know. It could be. Check that out for me. Uh, so yeah, I highly recommend watching this movie, especially if you have little kids. Even if you don't have little kids, go watch it. It's an awesome movie. It's a fun time, and you won't be disappointed.
It is on Paramount Plus.
There you go. You will not be disappointed. Uh, it's your typical awesome Paw Patrol storylines, uh, and it's blown up to an awesome, massive movie. Uh, it's dope. It's really cool.
Um, to get everything going, to get everything started again. Okay, we're gonna start with this, and we're gonna make it quick. But again, as I mentioned earlier in the podcast, we have just got done recording our reaction to the Spider-Man No Way Home teaser trailer. It's finally here. It's fine. Everyone's excited. Everyone's been anticipated to see this. The trailer was pretty much leaked Sunday that was shown on a phone and everything. So that was weird. But it's officially here. It
It was
finally
a little weird.
it's finally here and it's full 1080p version and on YouTube and everything. Um, we've already talked about it on a separate video as I mentioned, which would already be up on our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Um, Manny, quick thoughts.
I
Are you
think it's gonna be the second best movie this year, dude. I think this movie is gonna be awesome.
so this is gonna be behind Paw Patrol?
Nothing's gonna be. Endgame could have came out this year, and Paw Patrol would have beat it, dude.
Okay, that's saying
Uh,
that's saying too much right there. That's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. Okay, you need to calm down right there, bro. Calm down.
no, it's definitely gonna be an awesome movie, dude. I can't wait.
And all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's as much as we have waited for this trailer, and other people more, I think, outside of us two, have been more anxiously waiting for this trailer and all that stuff. I'm just glad we finally got it to know to get an idea of what it looks like and all that stuff. And I'm just excited for this movie come December 15th, and then we can finally move on and worry about watching Shang-Chi next week
Yep, and then Eternals the following
in
month.
November.
Yep.
Okay, that's it. Let's get into our topics because we have, I guess you can say, a lot to talk about in a way. Um,
You gonna watch the Paw Patrol movie after this?
No,
Oh, you said.
I am watching Spider-Man trailer over and over again, probably. And then I thought we were gonna play Siege
Yeah, that's true.
and all that stuff. Okay. All right. So first things first, to talk about stuff. We're gonna get into some gaming stuff. A couple of game announcements, or one official game announcement, one potential game announcement, and then one competitive gaming thing that we probably won't see for a while. Maybe, who knows? And then other stuff. Um, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, on to what we call esports and all that stuff. If you don't know, me and Manny are actually a big fan of esports. And all that stuff.
Correct. Correct.
We pay attention to a lot of okay, I don't want to say pay attention to it, but more we follow it as much as possible because it's a lot.
Yeah, yeah. It is a lot.
One of the big ones, one of our big ones that that we do like a lot and did attend a match for uh
That's correct.
before COVID was the Overwatch League. And
Yep.
from this article here from dot esports, it looks like sources are saying that the OWL will not be having a season next year and everything
Not the owl.
and all that stuff. Oh, Overwatch League for those who don't understand. Um, Uh, so what it is, Overwatch from what the article says from the beginning, couple paragraphs. Overwatch League is assessing its options for 2022, including a potential extended off season following the 2021 season and interim events that can include non-season based tournaments amid uncertainty with the release calendar for Overwatch 2. Um, those discussions come amid internal rumors that Overwatch 2 may be delayed to late 2022 or 2023, as well as concerns among league officials and team owners wanting interest in the existing game and low returns on investment as long as the league continues to compete in the current version of Overwatch. Earlier this month, a tweet from a leaker from Overwatch leaker Metro suggested that the sequel may be delayed until 2023. Um, as you don't know, Overwatch 2 was announced 2 years ago. I want to say now. Um, and
Roughly,
everything
yeah. No, I'd say three actually. I think.
3,
I think it's going on three. Yeah.
almost going on 3 now. Let's see here. Overwatch
Yeah.
2. Uh, here and everything. But yeah, but the thing is, there's never been a release date for it. For what to let everyone,
Correct.
to everyone. It was announced, but never again know of when it's gonna come out. Um, I am literally trying to find the day of this thing was announced. And all that stuff. But for Manny to get everything going, to get a little knowledge of it. 2019. So yeah, 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. 2 years ago. Okay.
In 2 years. Been 2 years since it's been announced. So first things first, Manny. Have you been paying attention? Catch up. Have you been watching Overwatch League this season? And then overall,
Uh,
what are your thoughts of this potential hiatus of the core?
so I haven't been able to watch as much as I wanted to. I have caught quite a bit of the Outlaws games. And I've tried to watch the Outlaws games at least.
Outlaws is his favorite team.
Uh, it correct. But I haven't caught as much. I haven't caught all of them whatsoever in general. Not even all of the Outlaws games.
Mm.
But this is crazy. But I do understand why they're thinking about this. It does make a lot of sense. For them to take the break. I understand that. Uh, but yeah, it would kind of suck for fans. But I understand why they want to take a break.
But isn't that kind of like unheard of, just of sports in general, for just taking a season off?
It really is unusual, and I don't think it's ever been done in esports
Well,
other than with the pandemic. Other than with the pandemic, but like just to take it off, I don't think I've ever heard of it.
well,
But in this case, it does honestly kind of make a little bit of sense.
I mean, it makes sense of facts of where everything's at currently, especially for this league in particularly.
Right.
Because this league has not has its stride since inception in a way. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, uh, even to own a team, I think it was like 15 million for a slot and all
It's a
that
lot of
stuff.
money.
It is, and it's already gone through an ownership change, two ownership changes. for like between different teams, from teams within teams,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And I think because it went into expansion 1 year, and then went into then there was an ownership change with the Outlaws in particularly. That's the team that I
Correct.
think that same season, if not the following. And literally, it's like they were supposed to start doing home and away games last year, but then COVID hit and all that stuff.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, like they did start, like they had a couple. They already had like a couple in already,
Yeah.
but then, like I said, COVID became when COVID got more serious, everything switched to online, all that stuff, and then
Yeah.
still they're still doing that now, with this current season and everything. Though they're in Hawaii, if I remember correctly. Remember, like they're all in Hawaii,
It's
or
badass.
and all that stuff, which is kind of interesting. Um,
Cool.
so it's understandable of where, so you would think of the fact that it's like it would make perfect sense, the fact that with two being announced and it's supposed to come out next season, probably would have been the best time to start on two and all that stuff. But they would play on two and everything like that. Or if not, just stay on one. But hopefully, because like here's the other thing about Overwatch competitively, it is currently, what do we say? It's 6v6 currently right now, right?
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
but they're officially dropping it to 5v5. Um,
Correct. Because
come
they're gonna do it on Overwatch 1, and then it's gonna be like that on Overwatch 2 as well.
Well, at first, here's the thing. They mentioned it for Overwatch 2, but they never said about change when that change is supposed to come for 1 officially.
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna come as pretty soon. Actually, I thought.
No, I think from what I understand, from what they last time they talked about that game, which was like earlier this year, um, the talk about dropping it to 5v5 was coming around was just, from what it sounded like, just in Overwatch 2. So that's also the other primary reason of them not doing the season, because sense of the fact that there's also going to be a mental shift, a change in players and all that stuff, of how many players are in a team and all that stuff. Is it going to be worth it for them to keep going on one when then the next season going into a whole new thing? That's interesting to see.
Yeah.
So, and
And
then
then also, I'm pretty sure the Overwatch 2 meta will be completely different from whatever meta they're in Overwatch 1, right?
especially the fact of going 5v5, and it's supposed to be, and how it's it's role lock too. So it's two attack, two support. No, two attack, two tank, one support. If I remember correctly.
Right.
That's the lineup of, that's the roles of how it plays. So that does shift everything. I,
Yeah.
I keep thinking it's two attack, two tank, one support, but for some reason I feel like it's two attack, two support, one tank. No, yeah, it's
I don't
tanks.
think so.
It's one tank. It's one tank.
Oh, it's one tank.
Because that
Okay.
was the when I got it, that was the big issue, because that was the issue about going the 5v5, because you're losing an extra tank
Yeah, that's
and all
kind of
stuff.
crazy.
You're losing an extra tank. Yeah, so it's two attack, two support, one tank in that composition for that. And it's a big meta change and all that stuff. It's gonna be a big difference on players and like who stays on teams on and everything. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm sure it's like, and then also with the also thing is, this isn't like a league that's set all within the United States. This is a worldwide franchise league. And also,
Yeah.
there's teams in the States. There's teams also in Europe. There's a couple teams that are from Europe. There are teams from Korea and China and all and everything. So it's like and they have their own players and based on other things and all that stuff. How that goes, all that stuff. Like literally, mostly all the Asian teams are teams from their own country,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. It's like rare to see that. Well, in the states, there are teams that are more mixture of other teams, like except for London. London's team is mostly Korean and all that stuff.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Okay.
and all that stuff. So there is that and all that stuff, because Korean dominates Overwatch
Yeah.
too and everything.
Or
So
don't they dominate? What you mean?
that is true. That is true. That is
What
true.
don't they dominate?
That is true. Call of Duty.
True. Okay. We still got that.
We still got that. Um, but no, it's gonna be an interesting of what happens because this is not official. Nothing's official of what's happening for next season at all. This is all sources from what we're hearing. And then plus, like the other thing about it, they've lost sponsorships too due to the whole
The
company.
pandemic.
No,
Oh, the whole company debacle that's
yeah,
happening.
that thing
Yeah,
and all that stuff. And
that would have you lose a lot of sponsors.
I mean, yeah, they lost Coca
That
Cola.
that 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 usually does it.
Yeah, it's not the fact that like you're not performing
Coca-Cola
well.
sponsored them?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, they were a sponsor and all that stuff. And I think it was last season when that happened. I don't think it was there
Oh, okay.
the season before. Um,
I was gonna say I don't really remember Coca-Cola being a sponsor.
yeah,
That's kind of cool though. I mean,
yeah. It's the fact that
unfortunately
they
they
got
lost it, but
like
like,
literally, it's like you have to like realize like we went what that was year 2 of that season, correct?
yes,
Okay,
no, yeah, year
year
two,
two, year
yeah,
two.
year two,
So you have to realize the fact of it's like this went from something interesting to like, can this thing even survive now and all
yeah,
that stuff? Because
cause
like,
yeah,
literally, like year 2, it was fine. I think it was like, but you have to like year 1, like there were like so many sponsors. They had broadcast games on ABC and ESPN and all that stuff. That
yeah,
that didn't happen. That didn't happen year 2 and all that stuff. But it was still a good season at least. Um, Then of course it was supposed to go to away at home, but then like again that year 2 was also expansion year if I remember correct. It was expansion year also when they got the expansion teams come in. Year 3 was supposed to be the year and all that stuff. Then COVID happened. All that stuff had to like be a big deal of go switching that thing to online only and all that stuff, come money wise and everything and all that stuff. And then now this year it's like it's not. I don't want to say it's like a far gone thought now because like and all that stuff because like I know of Overwatch League and it's like, but I haven't watched a single match and all that stuff this season and all that stuff. Like the best
oh,
thing, like I can't even like even freaking. It's like it's so bad. Like the Shock's Instagram account barely posts its
yeah,
results on their stories
cool,
and all
that's
that
bad,
stuff.
yeah,
Like literally, it's like I would go through them. I will see like, and it's a game. If it's game day, I don't see it unless I'm missing it and I'm just going really fast, and I apologize for that and all that stuff. But it's like it's rarely because normally it's like especially like year 2 and year 3, like they would post that stuff on a daily because dude, we're the most dominant team the last 2 seasons. Um and but I haven't. It doesn't feel like it's been the same like that since um
yeah,
this season and all that stuff. So it's like it's kind of weird and all that stuff because it's like for that stuff. Um and so yeah, like now and then now it's like you have Overwatch 2 announced in 2019. Haven't heard much from it all last year. I've priced up a few things. We got something this year. It doesn't even look like it's coming out next year and all that stuff now. And then now you have this whole company thing happening with this whole sexual harassment stuff. Um, so it's
that'll put
like
a damper on
I
things.
put a damper on things and all that stuff. You would think like, and we'll talk about a little bit more in our topics later. Um, about something I caught. It's just crazy. It's just like
You caught what? No, I'm
I'll tell.
kidding.
I'll tell you. No, it's like that. But anyways, it's just interesting to see what happens there and what's going to happen next with this league. I don't want it to lose. I don't want it to die out. In all honesty, and
I
all that
don't
stuff
either.
and everything. I like Overwatch. I just like it's pretty much the complaints of what it's been saying since. I want to say it's noticeable in year 1, but I think it got brought up more in year 2 and all that stuff. How there's so much going on in the game itself when you're watching it
Yeah,
and all that
yeah,
and everything. So it's like it's literally hard. That's why it's been so hard for me to watch games on a consistent like more and more because I know it's just like ugh, so much is happening and try to pay attention and
compared
trying
to
to
like
make
League,
attention. Huh?
compared to League.
League is so much easier and I don't even play it and everything and all that stuff. Like literally, it's like like Call of Duty League champs was just past weekend. I don't watch it enough and everything like that. And though I know, like, because even though I like Call of Duty and all that stuff, I don't watch. I haven't watched the games as much. I literally watched Championship Sunday, that whole thing, and I knew what's going on in the quickness and all that stuff
Yeah,
and everything.
you can pick up on it
You
easy.
can really pick out it. And then one, I mean, one for the fact it's like we know the maps already. We know the maps playing on a multiplayer and all that stuff before and all that stuff. But the fact of like not watching it and not watching competitive Call of Duty in in a while, but easy to jump in and just like, okay, they're doing this to go do this and everything like that of what's happening here, going from A to B and all that stuff and knowing where to go and all that stuff. And just, it was just easier to catch up and all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. It's
Um,
easier to pick up on, like, even if you have actually no idea of Call of Duty. I'm pretty sure you can pick up on it pretty
mhm,
damn easy.
yeah. And, but yeah, but let's talk about that. But speaking of Call of Duty, there is something there. But let's go to our next story, and that is the GTA remastered trilogy appears to be real and coming to Switch. This is an article from Kotaku. Uh, After months of rumors and speculations, Kotaku has learned that Rockstar Games may be remastering three classic Grand Theft Auto games and appears to be releasing later this fall on a multitude of platforms, including the Switch. Uh, from what it looks like, from based off the article, it looks like three San Andreas and Vice City are getting re-released and remastered
Yep.
for the
And
next.
obviously we're getting Danny from Greece. We're getting Scarface, Tony Montana, and then we're getting LL Cool J as well. So that's cool.
Wait, what?
That's really cool. If you look at the picture they show, that's like the outfits they look like. Yeah, check it
Oh, I was like, what?
out.
I was like, wait, what? I was like, that doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah.
So so yeah, so all three games are being remastered using the Unreal Engine. Will be a mix and will be a mix of old and new graphics, from that and all that stuff. So that's gonna
Ooh.
be interesting. Um, the
With the
UI,
versions from like the olden U graphics, did you hear about that Simpsons thing?
I hate you sometimes.
Sorry, just real
I'm
quick,
just
and then
kidding.
we'll go back to
I'm
this.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Have you heard that Simpsons thing?
What
Like the
Simpsons thing?
Simpsons game, the game, uh, Simpsons Run or
Hit and
something
run.
like that? No, Hit and Run. Is it Hit and Run?
I mean, that,
The
that
one that the dude made in a day,
no, I
and
don't
it's
know
like the.
anything about that.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Then. I'll talk to you after the podcast about it.
Oh,
Thought you knew about it.
oh, um, here. So the plan is it's supposed to be hit late October or early November on PlayStation platforms, Xbox One platforms, Switch, PC, Stadia, and mobile phones and everything.
Cool.
And then what's also interesting is the fact that this is also possibly coming out around the same time the next gen updates for GTA 5 and online are supposed to happen too. So there's that also. To let everything happen. Manny, what are your thoughts?
Ricky,
Yes,
I don't know. You said many.
I know.
Yeah.
What is your favorite out of the three, the original three from the PS2 era, and what are your thoughts on this upcoming remasters?
So my favorite was actually Vice City.
Not surprising, you know.
I don't know. A lot of people that I talked to, they love San Andreas better.
No, yeah, that's the
Um,
thing. Yeah.
yeah. No, I really enjoyed Vice City better. Can't wait. I don't. Is this is gonna be all three of them in one, or are they gonna be separate?
So most
Like, can
likely,
you get them separate?
it depends. It really depends on what happens when it releases. So the fact that it's actually coming out on these new all our current gen consoles, they'll probably do it in one pack, and that way it's all in one thing because you can most likely fit it. But
Yeah.
if not, what's gonna happen is they'll probably do one. You'll pay for one, but you have to download them separately, kind of thing.
Yeah, like the Ezio collection from Assassin's Creed.
I did never had the XCO collection because I have them, the original ones. Oh well, actually not. This reminds me of Mass Effect Legendary Edition because you had to
Uh, there you
download
go.
each and single one of them, which was a
There you
dumb
go.
thing. Um, I hated that day. Well, no, because
um,
story time. So I was streaming the Mass Effect trilogy at Legendary Edition at first, and I finished one, and I was gonna start two, but I couldn't start two because it wasn't installed and all that stuff. When I originally installed everything, it only did the first one. I was like,
that
"You
was a hilarious
kidding
day.
me?
That
Like,
was,
are you kidding
uh,
me?" I was so mad because that was the day we saw Black Widow, if I remember correctly,
yes, it was.
and everything, and I was just so mad because I was like, "Are you kidding me?" and
That was a
everything.
hilarious day. I just
So
I just immediately get a text.
I ended up like so since that happened, is like I literally just downloaded 2 and 3, so that way it's all out the way. Oh yeah. Um yeah,
Yeah, but
so
no, I'm really excited. If it is in a pack, I'll probably end up. I don't know if I'm play both. I'll probably touch them. But I'm definitely gonna be finished. Vice City.
um
Definitely.
I'm definitely getting all 3. I'm most likely gonna play 3 in Vice City because I never finished those on my own.
Oh, okay.
Like I know the ending. I remember the ending of 3, but I never did it on my own.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Vice City. I mean, I played it, of course, but when I got Vice City, when I played Vice City, it was mostly just to play, shoot around and do all that other stuff, and I didn't do anything else after that
Yeah. I mean, it's GTA.
and all that stuff. But San Andreas is the one I did like play through and beat and all that stuff and
Oh, okay.
everything. That was the one I did play through and beat and all that stuff. And that is my favorite one because I'm more inclined to that time period in a way. I guess you can
Yeah.
say. Don't get me wrong, Vice City is a cool time period overall and all that stuff. Don't get me wrong and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Like I'm hoping whenever if 6 becomes a thing, I hope it's Vice City because that's the big rumor and all that
That'd be
stuff.
badass.
I'll be so excited if it's that and all that stuff. But like overall though, it's like 3 is I'm not 3. San Andreas is my favorite one out of the 3 and all that stuff. Just because I like the time. I like the whole time period. And the fact that it's like you're going from you're in 3 different areas. Cause I was like, I didn't expect that at all when I was playing that game and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like the fact that it was like, oh, we're going to San Fierro. I was like, what? Oh, we're staying in Los Santos
Yeah.
and all that stuff. I like, what the heck are you talking about? And it's like we're driving, and it's like San Francisco, like look alike so much of a fake San Francisco, and then
Yeah.
Las Venturas, which is Vegas, and I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like this is so
That was cool.
cool.
That was cool.
That was so cool. The fact that it's like it was able to like get these 3 type of cities and put them in one thing at the same time, and not knowing that until you like further progress into the game and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was just so cool because, like, of course, 3 was like all of New York City and all that stuff. Vice City is pretty much Miami. Um,
Yep.
but the fact that San Andreas was literally 3 cities in one map was
Yeah.
I thought was like mind blowing to me and all that stuff and everything. And then we get 5, and then of course 4 and all that stuff. I love 4. I miss playing that game sometimes. Um, and then 5 is more like 5 has that similarity to San Andreas. But it's like only 2 of them. It's like 2 big cities in a way.
Yeah.
I wish
We
3
gotta
did
play San
more.
Andreas. We gotta play 5 again.
Like online.
We got. Yeah, we're gonna start playing GTA 5 again.
You know how behind we are in that with the content they drop so much.
Yeah, but just for fun. Like we don't have to grind or
I
anything.
wonder
Just
if
to
it's
have
on.
fun.
Oh wait, never mind. It doesn't have crossplay. Damn it, never mind.
No, that's the whole reason we stopped playing it. Because you guys
Just
told me
imagine
before, and I was like,
if
oh, damn,
if online had crossplay. Because if I remember, I don't know, but I have to double check. I think GTA 5 is on Game Pass.
it's badass.
If it is, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong. It's been a while because they did have it on Game Pass for a while. I mean, I own it, but I was like saying just add Arturo in it. That's why.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
If it's, but that's what I'm
That would
saying.
that would be that would be badass to play with Arturo.
And all that stuff, especially if it had, like I said, if it's literally had crossplay and all that stuff, and then it's freaking in Game Pass, it'd be that'd be so. I'm literally checking right
That
now.
would be fun. You know, it would be even more fun
What is that?
driving down the street of Miami. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
in an El Camino. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and we both had mullets.
No.
Think that'd be
No
badass.
on the mullet.
You're wearing a pink suit. I'm wearing a white suit. I mean, we're both smoking cigs. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the baddest ass picture I can ever paint in your mind.
Um, mullet, no. Pink suit, probably,
Oh, okay, okay, we'll compromise.
and everything. Okay, so it is.
Compromise.
Okay, so it's not on Game Pass. All right.
Ah, stinker.
So, well, I mean, I think they plan on. I mean, online's going to be separate now and all that stuff. Come the next gen
So
consoles,
they could
but
possibly.
I don't know if because I know it's on GTA Online's coming out as a separate thing on the newer consoles, but I don't know if it's doing that for PS4 and Xbox One. I don't remember
Oh, okay. Damn.
and everything. So, um, but they still haven't said it. But that's the thing. Like, there's nothing mention of crossplay if that becomes a thing too. So,
Yeah. Stinker, bro.
stinker, very much a
Stinks.
stinker. All right, but yeah, Grand Theft Auto. Keep your eyes peeled and all that stuff for you fans,
Gonna be
old school fans.
badass.
On to the the other game that got announced, officially got announced. Going back to
Need for Speed. No, I'm just kidding.
I wish. We're going back to World War II, people. But is it a good? But I think I'm actually excited about this time around. And if you don't know, I'm talking about Call of Duty Vanguard. It's officially announced as of last week. As of last week, it is coming November 5th for, of course, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PC via BattleNet. Uh, I said November 5th. November 5th. Sledgehammer Games are the leading developer of this game for this year's title, and I'm not gonna. So first things first, before we go further and talk about Vanguard, the way this got announced was, of course, through Warzone, an in-game event called Battle for Verdansk. I checked it out. I have to say, that was the worst in-game event I've ever experienced in my whole life, and all that stuff. Like literally, that was bad. You're literally shooting an armored train for a good 15 to 20 minutes. Do you get like emblems and stuff like that for shooting it? Yeah. Was it worth it? Not really. I will say though, like the after part of that, like because like once you finally destroy the train, what happens? A cutscene comes in, and then you see like these World War II bomber planes come over Verdansk, and it starts dropping bombs. And then what happens next is you have to like run to an exfil point while the bombs are coming down and all that stuff. That was okay. That was cool. I'll admit that one. Everything else before that sucked and all that stuff and everything. Um, then of course when you get to the exfil point, you're waiting. Then you somehow it looks like you get hit by the bomb. You fade to black, and the trailer starts for Vanguard. Um, and I have to say, I'm kind of interested. So
Oh,
let's see here. And then and honestly, it's like after learning more, because like there's been more and more info been rolling out since then and everything like that. Um, so single player campaign changed the face of history. Experience combat through this is coming from the Call of Duty blog from the announcement of this. Experience combat through an interweaving story of multinational heroes that form Task Force One and set the stage for special forces as we know it. Introducing the heroes of Vanguard. So there's four different heroes in this thing. Um, uh, Private Lucas Riggs, British Eighth Army, Sergeant Arthur Kingsley, Ninth Parachute Battalion, British Army, Lieutenant Wade Jackson, Scouting Squadron 6, U.S. Navy, and Lieutenant Polina Petrova of the 138th Rifle Division, Red Army. The four playable characters overcome the desperation and the war of chaos captured by the Axis powers, each raising from the trenches to become one of the original operatives. The prototype of the modern special forces soldier as they fight the victory turning tides across the globe. So, okay. With more on that, its incredible campaign expands to 4 major theaters. 4, not 1, 4. In a single of World War II in a unified single player narrative as you prepare to do your own part to change the fate of humanity. Through the gripping narrative of a remarkable journey, these steel soldiers, yeah, that's right. Players will experience influential battles of World War II as engaging enemies across the eastern and western fronts of Europe, fight the free world throughout the Pacific and North Africa, where they're dogfighting over the Midway Islands, defending Stalingrad with a sniper precision, airdropping over France, or blasting through advancing forces in North Africa. This is a deeply engaging and raw campaign with a signature combat you've come to expect from Call of Duty. Test your mettle in this Barcelona war fronts and drop the plane. So that part right there, I was like, okay, interesting. That's good. All right. You're making your 70 so far. You're making the $7 kind of worth it right now. Let's see what you got more. Next thing, multiplayer. 20 maps at launch. 16 for gameplay, 4 for a new game mode that's going to be we're going to talk about in a bit. It features a variety of diverse environments prepared for adrenaline-fueled action and intense Call of Duty combat. Name is the name of the game as you rise through your ranks, journey to become one of the Special Forces operators. Also, the one thing I guess they're not mentioning in here also is destructive environments are happening and are in Call of Duty multiplayer. There are also the gunsmith and caliber system the gunsmith system is gonna continue into Vanguard with, from what I hear, you can put up to 10 attachments to a gun. Manny, are you still here? You're quiet.
Yes, I am.
Okay, just making sure. You are awfully quiet. And then there's that. And then there's gonna be a new mode called Champion Hill, which we'll talk about a little bit later because there's gonna be an alpha for it, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit more. So next, zombies. Now you would think this ain't the same zombies that we're used to, but you're wrong. Zombies is a brutal, enthralling experience developed by Treyarch. Treyarch are the original developers that started zombies in the first place throughout the Call of Duty series and all that stuff. We're excited to announce a franchise-first crossover as Call of Duty Vanguard features an all-new zombies game mode with development led by Treyarch Studios. This cooperative experience continues and intertwines with the dark ether story that was to create a deeply engaging lore, while innovating on the core gameplay that the mode is famous for. Discover unspeakable horrors of the precursor to Black Ops Cold War Zombies, while holding off relentless onslaught to the undead in Vanguard. So, 1, this technically continues the story that we see in Cold War Zombies and all that stuff. Well, technically, like it's like a prequel. It's like a prequel and all that stuff. How does that hold off? Because in the very first Zombies map, De Machina, the trailer actually talks about the early days of them doing this, and that's actually set in World War II. So connections and all that stuff. So that is the next thing and all that stuff. Now, lastly, of course, it's going to be free to play no matter what and everything like that. But the fact that this is happening, this is going to be a good thing. We are getting a brand new map in Warzone. PC players will finally get an anti-cheat and everything. Everything carries over. All your guns you had from Modern Warfare and Cold War will be in this new map and everything like that. There's a chance of destructive environments happening on this new map too. And full integration between Vanguard and Warzone 2. So it's like, I think $70 are about to be spent on this game. On stuff. I didn't bring up beta. Oh, okay. Thing is though, here we go. So there is gonna be your standard, your cross-gen, and your ultimate editions. Standard, of course, is you buy the game for the one platform you get. Your cross-gen of course, the cross-gen one is the one where you get it for both generations: PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series XS, depending on which one you have it for, and all that stuff. And then, of course, Ultimate Edition is like additional content and all that stuff. I'm trying to grab. Well, I'm looking for more information, particularly Manny. What are your thoughts on Vanguard?
It sounds dope. It sounds I like how the whole all three fronts. I think that's dope. I like how you got the war on the three fronts. Can't wait for the story. I want to see what they're gonna do with it. Because I mean, there's only so many things you can do with World War II, and it sounds like they're going a different direction. So I'm excited to see and play it. Um, this whole other game mode sounds really cool. Can't wait to try the zombies. Haven't get into zombies a little bit more with you guys. So hopefully zombies is a cool experience. Hopefully the Easter eggs are kind of cool. Uh, hard to do, but I mean they're cool. Uh, um, I I don't enjoy the pricing how they do the if you want cross gen and all this stuff. It's more I don't enjoy it, but I don't hate it enough
Well,
to not get it.
particularly for pricing, for those who don't know, so I can give you a little explain. So I have I have Xbox Series X and a PS5. Manny has a PS4. For him, it's still $60 for this for him. Me, I would have to pay $10 more for those ones. The cross gen is the same price as a next generation version, but you get both at the same time. So that way, so like say for Manny, for instance, say he gets the cross gen bundle, he has it ready for PS4, and then when the day he gets his PS5, it's already ready for him to go. That's where it gets all. That's where the crazy part. That's because that's all weird, and that's what makes it all weird and all that stuff too. Because, but yeah, that's it on that part. I am trying.
Yeah. But this does seem really, really cool. I can't wait for the new Warzone map. I want to change. I'm glad for the change in scenery for Warzone. Not the biggest Warzone fan. Definitely not. Definitely not. But I'm excited to try it and excited to experience this new take on Warzone. So I'm excited for Vanguard. Probably not gonna pre-order it, but I'm really excited for Vanguard.
But you're get. Excuse me. Sorry. Like the day ones, you're.
It's not a necessity. I'm probably not gonna get day one. I'm definitely gonna get it sooner than later, but it's not gonna be really a necessity to get on day one.
So you're not.
Yet,
So you're not
I
going to be
mean,
playing with me and Arturo day one.
probably not. There's a big maybe. I mean, if I see more when we play the alpha, if I really enjoy, if it, I'm waiting to play the alpha. In my opinion, I'm waiting to play the alpha, and then we'll go from there. But it's definitely a game I do want to get, just not necessarily on day one.
It's funny if you mentioned that we bring up the alpha, because oh, that's not what I was. Oh, great! I thought I found it.
Damn it, Ricky, I set you up.
I know, I know. Because I thought I pulled it. I thought I had pulled it correctly, but it didn't. Bring up. Oh, here we go. Finally, now we got it. So now, coming this weekend, 27th through the 29th of August, PlayStation players, PS4, PS5, will be able to participate in the Vanguard beta, which will feature a new game mode called Champions Hill and everything. Get up. Okay. The alpha is the first on opportunity in the world to have with Call of Duty Vanguard, introducing some of the game's innovations, as broken down in today's stream by Sledgehammer's game multiplayer creative director, putting in your hands into experience first. Um, for example, you can expect and are encouraged to explore reactive environments across 4 maps within Champion Hill, breaking destructible barriers, doors, and obstructions to create new sight lines or barriers. You also get a hands-on with the game's armaments, including being able to modify some up with 10 with up to 10 attachments, putting yourself in the boots of four characters as operators. And now, so in Champion, and now here we go. In Champion Hill is a tournament-style multi-map, multi-life game mode where tactics and strategies go beyond the pull of a trigger. In Champion Hill, your squad, either a duo or trio, during the alpha will compete in a round robin deathmatch tournament against other squads. Your mission is to reduce all other squads' life to the count of 0 before your squad is eliminated. Everyone starts with the same loadout. While it can be lethal, collecting cash earned by taking enemy lives and picking up drops scattered around the map will allow you to upgrade your starting weapons and purchase new armaments, equipment, perks, kill streaks during buy rounds that happen between combat rounds. Champion Hill takes place on one large map split up in 5 different sections, specifically a central buy station area and 4 arena maps for combat rounds: the airstrip, the train yard, the market, and the courtyard. Once you are eliminated, you can watch how the tournament ends from the buy station area spectator platform, but ideally you'll survive long enough to see yourself to victory.
Oh.
Yes. And all that stuff. So this is happening this weekend. It preload you can download it, you can preload it, the alpha as of now. It's been available since Monday on all that stuff because we're recording this on Monday. But that's the gist of what's happening on that for that particularly. For the alpha this weekend. Anything to add to that, or what's your thoughts on that in particularly in that mode?
Seems interesting. Honestly, I'm just gonna have to play it.
It really
Uh,
is, yeah. Like that was the one other thing that got me interested is that mode in particularly because it's basically gunfight from that was introduced in Modern Warfare, but it has its own spin to it with a little mix of a battle royale and some other things,
yeah,
which is very interesting to check out and all that stuff. We did get more info such for the beta, which is happening in September. We'll get a multiplayer reveal on the 7th, and then multiplayer beta begins September 10th as a PlayStation exclusive. Um, from September 10th to the 13th, PlayStation Early Access. That's weekend 1. Weekend 2, that's the crossplay beta where everyone jumps in. September 16th and the 17th will be Xbox and Battle.net Early Access. PlayStation will have open beta at that time on those two days, and then on the 18th and the 20th will be open beta for all platforms. Of course, you can do this by pre-ordering Call of Duty. That's the gist of it and everything like that. You'll get your code to sign up for the beta, and then come closer to the beta, you'll get a code to download it and everything like that. That's how the GIF goes on these things and all that stuff. If you were watching the CDL Championship, that was also a chance for you to try to get the beta and all that stuff, but that didn't happen. Normally around that time, if you're like a Comcast Xfinity customer, you'll get an email about getting code and all that stuff. So I don't know if they're still doing that again this year. I know they've done it the last couple years for the beta. So if you happen to
yeah,
be an Xfinity customer, keep an eye on your email. Come around beta time, so that way you can get access to the beta and all that stuff. So
sounds good.
yeah, and all that stuff. But yeah, Vanguard's here. I know I had my I know before it officially announced, we had our setbacks because just the fact that it's World War II and everything. But I feel like what they're doing with this one, the story seems interesting to a point. Um, Multiplayer is starting off big with 20 maps at launch, and of course, once seasonal content comes in, there's gonna be more after that, most likely. Um, Zombies is being done by the people who do zombies and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
it's pretty much a continuing story from Cold War storyline and everything, which is cool. And the other thing that's kind of interesting to me about this overall, and this is just me spitballing and all that stuff and thinking of it. It feels like ever with Modern Warfare with especially story wise, Cold War story wise. Now Vanguard, from how the beginning of this worked, how the how it says experience combat through an interweaving storyline of multinational heroes that form Task Force One and set the stage for special forces as we know it. That to me seems like they're trying to make a cohesive story or a universe in a way within this. Um, and if it works out, that'll be interesting. In all honesty, that'll be interesting because like there is some like well in zombies in particular there is store callbacks and all that stuff too and everything. But I've noticed in the campaigns, though I haven't finished Modern Warfare, um, there's a particular character in there that's in Modern Warfare and Cold War. So there's like some connection there and everything
Yeah,
like that. And then of course, why would you release an operator for a Cold War operator that's Captain Price in that year?
it's a distant cousin.
Yeah, that's definitely what it is. Um, I feel like there's more to it. Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be more like based off like story stuff, especially after all this like seasonal content story stuff. Though it's not like much, it feels like they're trying to make everything connected in a way
Yeah,
and
which
all
is gonna
stuff.
be cool.
That's just my long shot spitball of what I think of it and everything like that. Um, but yeah, so November 5th is the release date and all and everything. The alpha is this weekend. Again, you can download it now if you're watching this before it comes out. If you're watching after it comes out, do not try to download the alpha and everything. Um,
You can try.
I mean, you'll probably but won't be able to play it though. Most likely,
Yeah,
servers are going to be
but you
down.
could download it.
Servers are going to be down and everything. Multiplayer reveals September 7th. Beta begins September 10th for PlayStation. And then, of course, later the next week, that following weekend will be for everybody else on the 16th. And November 5th is the day the game comes out. And that's also when the new map for Warzone is supposed to come out. Also, so be cool with that's all that's good and everything. But other than that,
Are
that's
you
it.
gonna re-download Warzone when the new map comes out?
I already have it re-downloaded on my Xbox.
Oh, okay.
Well, I had to re-download it for that boring event.
Oh, right.
Or like, oh wait, I think I deleted it. I
You
know.
got
I don't
mad.
know.
You're like, forget it. I'm done.
No, so I don't know for sure. I probably still have it downloaded. We'll probably one day jump back into that.
One
Um
day.
before the new map. At least before the new map and all that stuff. Uh Having too much fun with Apex and Splitgate right now.
And Hunt.
For you. Oh, stuff.
Yep.
I
Love
c-
you, Hunt.
you love Hunt. I can't.
I do. I do.
I can't get into it. I really couldn't. I really could.
I thought I really enjoyed the game.
No,
Really
I
enjoyed the game.
and all power to you on that. It's just
Yep. Hunt. If you're listening, I don't know if you are. You might be. Who knows? Maybe you're listening in the future. Maybe if you're listening in the future, that's what's up. If you're listening to this now, that's even cooler. Um, you got a good game, but it does need work. Uh, you got an awesome basis, and you got an awesome, really awesome, uh, game in theory. But I feel like it can be a great and amazing game if you just gave it a little bit of work and time. And I feel like you guys can be the next Fortnite, with adults though. Uh, I feel like you guys are onto something. Right on. That's it. That's all. That's my little spiel. That's it.
anyways, moving on to our next topic. Touchless Taco Bell could be the future of drive-thrus. This is a excerpt from Axios. Pretty much what it is. It's to keep it down because it's not a full article. It's just stuff that's happening. Um, Apparently, Taco Bell
You
is
gotta touch it.
Taco Bell is making it easier for mobile customers with a touchless drive-through restaurant. That's coming in Minnesota.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
it's coming in
Let's go to
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
It's
Road trip.
it says it's planned on opening in the summer of 2022. There will be four drive-through lanes, three of which are dedicated to mobile and delivery orders. The fourth lane is a traditional drive-through where you place your order at a kiosk, drive up ahead for the pickup. Okay. Uh, mobile orders, Mobile order customers can scan a QR code they receive when they place their order, then pull up forward to receive their food. Food is delivered from the elevated kitchen above via a proprietary lift system, similar to the pneumatic tubes used by those bank branches. Oh, okay, that makes sense now. Um, the entire pickup process is contactless, although two-way audio and video technology lets customers interact directly with Taco Bell employees in real time. Will this become? Will this? Will we see more of these? In it's not the fact of this happen since because we know there's one to be built next year. Will this be a thing happening across the United States? Will we see more of these? Pretty much.
I think so. If this does well, which it probably will.
I mean,
Uh,
dude, 4 lanes, 3 of them. All you have to do is scan a QR code and then pick up your stuff, and then the one is a more traditional one. I don't see how this could go wrong.
I don't see either unless they really mess this thing up.
Mm-hmm. Unless it's like some like the scanner can't scan the QR code that well and all that stuff and everything. When in all actuality, you just have to clean your phone screen because it's blurry as hell
Yeah.
and all that stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, it's an interesting concept. It's cool that the fact that they're actually planning on making this, and I'm excited for next year just to see of how well it does, and if we do see more of these, that'll be cool to check out once it comes to California
Yeah.
and all that stuff. That's pretty cool to check out. That was a quick one. Next, Rob Zombie, and I can't believe this is actually still happening. When I first saw this, Rob Zombie shares first look at monsters makeup effects. Okay, so those who don't know, because I completely forgot about this, um, Rob Zombie is making his own. This is supposed to be a movie, from what I'm saying, understanding, a movie,
No, it's
or is
supposed to
this
be a
supposed to show?
show. It's supposed to be a show.
Okay, and it's of the monsters. Now, this is an old classic show. If you've not watched the monster, something is wrong with you, and all that and everything. But the plan is supposed to, so the article that you brought, Manny, says it's supposed to be a film version. And it's supposed to be playing in theaters, both in theaters and on Peacock, whenever
Yeah.
it comes in process.
From what I have originally heard, it was it's supposed to be a movie first, and if that's received well,
Then the
it's gonna
show.
be a yeah. That's what I heard. Similar to 1313 Mockingbird Lane. I don't know if you saw that. It was
No, I
like
did
a
not.
horror version of it was a version of the monsters like in 2013 I think. And it was only a like a special on ABC I think it was, but it was on Halloween night. And if that was received well, they would make a show out of it. It was basically the pilot, and it was not received well whatsoever, and didn't get a show obviously. uh, but yeah, no, I'm excited. It looks really cool. It looks like they're taking a lot of inspiration from the classic show,
Which is a good thing.
but yeah, which is a really good thing, but also making minor changes to make it up to the current date,
I
which
will.
is really cool.
I will say the Herman stuff looks so cool.
The Herman stuff looks really cool. Yeah.
I like the fact that
Um.
how Herman looks so detailed, but also like with a modern look to it in a way. Has like it
Yeah.
looks more.
I love the nightgown that he has for him. It's it's looks like the classic, but changed a little bit, like with little
Mm.
accents of skulls and stuff, which is really cool.
Now, also,
Lily's dresses look really cool.
yeah, I've only saw stuff from the article. I haven't looked at because this is all also showing on Rob Zombie's Instagram account too. Correct?
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is on Rob Zombie's Instagram account.
So if check out Rob Zombie official. That's the name on Instagram and everything. If you
That is
want to check
correct.
that out, and all that stuff. But yeah, this is exciting. This is pretty cool. I'm very
It
excited
really
to
is,
see this.
and I have a lot of trust and faith in Rob Zombie that he'll do this good. I know he's a fan.
Yeah.
He did the Halloween movie really good justice, I thought. Uh, and I trust him. Mainly because he's a fan and I like his work in general.
Mhm.
But I don't think he'll stray too far from the classic monsters. but still make changes that you can tell it's a reboot.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, definitely excited.
Yeah. So that's cool and all exciting to see. Like again, I was when you sent this, I was like, oh my god, this is still happening. But then like when I looked at the article, I was like, I'm over here thinking like, oh, do we get announcement? Do we get cast? Do we get are we getting a date or something? And then like it's just make us up, which is nothing wrong with and all that stuff. Before I make it say like I sound bad, I was just like more excited for the fact like, oh, there's a cast, we got a date, we got a chance
I
of
was
always
just
seeing this.
excited to see that there was still stuff being developed and made for this,
Well, I'm
because a lot of times you
sure.
hear about movies and then it kind of just disappears from existence.
Well, yeah, because
I'm just
that's
excited that they're, yeah,
because like stuff like that you want to keep close to the chest before you actually do something like releasing it out to the
yeah,
public and everything like that. So that before it becomes like because the one thing you don't want to do is screw it up and all that stuff
yeah,
and everything and all that stuff. But the fact that he's actually posting this stuff on Instagram, like I'm surprised not more people talk about this and all that stuff.
yeah. I
But
I
that's
just
fine.
don't think it
Same
got
time too.
a lot of, it's getting a lot of media right now,
But that's fine too. In all
mainly because
honesty.
it's the monsters. But I mean, I'm just hoping that this shows the next generation of kids like monsters, because I feel like it's forgotten a lot compared to Adam's Family, which you get. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, there's that Wednesday show coming out. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, like again, like it's cool to see this stuff. I will be more excited of the fact of when we get like official casting and a date and all that stuff of like
Yeah.
when this happens, like if and everything and and a trailer and all that stuff. I'm cool. Is he just so? I don't think it told me much about it because it just said he was. So is he gonna like? Is he gonna also gonna do like directing and all that stuff, or is he more
Yes, he's gonna be
okay?
doing directing and writing and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, okay, exciting, exciting, exciting. I'm all excited about this and everything.
The current house's facade is already being built at the Universal Studios backlot. So that was cool. There's shots on his Instagram as well of the house's facade. So it's really interesting. It's gonna be really cool.
Well, I will say this, Manny. We've gone through all our topics, and based off the recording, we're an hour and six
Oh,
minutes,
interesting. Have you checked the doc?
and all that stuff. Did you add something?
I don't know. Did I?
No, you
Would
didn't.
I?
No, you didn't. Yes, no, you didn't. Oh, why did you write this? Why? See, I don't get how like you don't want to show yourself, but you go in this doc and start writing stuff for no reason. Why am I looking at D12's song lyrics?
Uh,
Oh my
I don't know.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, let's talk about this real quick. I mean, since we still technically have some time, this is
Yeah, water is wet. Yeah.
not that. Um,
Oh, okay.
back to we're gonna roll back to esports, but we're gonna talk about this. So, did you hear that
Oh, are we?
Worlds is gonna get might move from China to Europe this year?
Wow. Where in Europe?
Don't know full details. It just hit the news like earlier today of the day of this recording. Um, so we don't know official stuff yet or anything, but the chances are apparently there's been some issues of like uh COVID stuff and everything, of course, traveling COVID stuff and everything like that and
Right.
everything. It's like traveling stuff. So there's a chance of it getting moved to Europe and all that stuff. But I asked you this because of course last year it was in China still, but they're all in one spot. What happened to that? China was rewarded Worlds again this year instead of the U.S. and all that stuff. Well, new U.S. would get next 2023. Yeah, 2022, and so and Worlds was planned out. It was going to be a multi-city event and all that stuff. It had its spots and everything. What's going to happen this year? Now with the variant and everything like that, it looks like there's been some issues traveling wise. And all that stuff of getting crew and all that stuff. Apparently, visas have been an issue too, or like passports and
Wow.
all that stuff for just like
Didn't know that.
because like the teams, like the three teams that now qualified for Worlds and LCS have been trying to get their stuff and still haven't had like nothing official yet of for to move and all that stuff to get
Yeah,
everything going. So as of right now, from nothing official yet, it might look like it might move to Europe this year. But the thing is, like I said, US is supposed to get it next year. But I get the weird feeling that China might get rewarded another world.
I think so too.
Is that
And
good or
we're gonna get
bad?
pushed back again. Uh,
Because like
I'd
here's
say
the
it's good.
here's the thing.
I'd say it's good because if they push back for it's good for us because they would reward China next year, and then by the time US actually gets to get worlds, hopefully and
What like
really hopefully, this pandemic thing is out of the way and we can go comfortably.
but you have to look at it also. It's like granted, we're not one of the best when it comes to like COVID and all that stuff. I mean, we still have events and all that stuff. We've been having events.
Yeah,
And hold on, I'm trying to look up quick. That is not the year. Um, and but I just think for the fact that it was just more like if you're gonna do like it's already it wasn't China last year. Though granted, COVID was a thing, and then they had to do it in one singular place. Though finals was in a big stadium thing. Um, you had the chance, the opportunity could have happened this year. You already had everything planned out and all that stuff. I get that. I, I just feel like if this goes to a third year in a row where China it's a potential being in China. I just feel like it's doing too much, in my opinion,
yeah,
and all that stuff. Like I get it, and China. Don't get me wrong. China is one of their big markets and league and all that stuff. I mean, last year's no, not last year's. Um, they've won they've won a world's title 2 years ago and all that stuff. And so, but I mean, it's just like, do you really want to? You might as well keep a close eye on that on both regions next year, just in
yeah,
case and all that stuff. Like, don't even say anything about what's next year gonna be like and all that stuff. Uh, and then just keep an eye on what happens between now and then the start of the new season.
yeah,
Hopefully by MSI you'll have next year's MSI you'll have an idea of what's gonna happen
yeah,
and all that stuff. But so I would say like if you're gonna move it to Europe this year, do that. That's fine and all that stuff. I'm surprised they didn't want to move it to the States. But anyways, uh, again, just don't say anything about next year between now and MSI of next year.
yeah.
And also, unless you
By the way,
go ahead.
Fnatic made worlds.
We know you
Let's just
mentioned
get that. Yep,
you sent that
yep,
to me yesterday on stuff.
yep, yep.
Okay,
So
congratulations.
Fnatic. Yep, yep. I'm 3 for 4, and all my teams making worlds. I'm
What are
three for
the other
four.
two? T1,
Fnatic,
T1, Fnatic.
T1, Liquid.
Oh yeah, I
Let's
forgot
go Rainbow Seven.
they
Let's try
won.
to get
They're not.
in a couple years.
I was
In a
gonna say I
couple
was like
years, let's go.
I was gonna say I was
No,
like
yeah, no. In a couple
they're not. They're
years,
definitely not.
I have faith that Rainbow Seven is gonna make it. 1 year, Rainbow Seven will eventually hoist the World Cup. Uh,
So I mean, pretty
eventually,
much now you're in worlds, but you still got to see. You still have seating to worry about.
yeah. I mean, like I said, I got three. I got three chances, in a weird way. So if Fnatic don't do it, I know Liquid will. Um, so
I
and
mean, they
then if
look good.
Liquid won't do it,
I mean,
if
they look.
Liquid doesn't do it, I know T1 will. Um, let's go SKT. Come on. Yeah, I got faith. I got faith.
I don't know. I mean, Liquid looks good, but I don't know if they can.
I mean, we do. I mean, T1 still got the goat. So
Didn't
Not
he
that.
just get put in the lineup not that long ago?
Baker?
Yeah. Wasn't he
He
out?
got put back in the lineup. Yep.
I was gonna say, like, wasn't he out of the lineup for a while?
Yeah,
Okay, so
but we still got the goat. So I mean, we got the Sidney Crosby of League of Legends. So
anyways, this has been the No Name Podcast for this week. My name is Ricky. Manny
the
below
Larry
me.
Bird, the Larry Bird
Oh
of League of
hell
Legends.
no. Hell no. Again, you can catch us here every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and other podcast services around the globe. My name's Ricky. Below me is Manny. Hope you have a good week and a good weekend, and hopefully see you playing some games and all that stuff. Have a good one.